there in 15, baby, you know you got me. You got me. Wish you knew me at 19. Back then I wasn't talking to anyone but me. Though when I think about it, that wouldn't even make a difference. When you feel no feels that you make that your mission. Oh, the others are a nuisance. Everything before this, now I know it's practice. I don't have a game plan, I don't have a tactic, no. I just let it all happen. I like where we're going, yeah, I like where we're going, babe, I like where we're going, I like where we're going, yeah, I like where we're going, babe, I like where we're going, I'll drive up to 5 to see you clothed in moonlight. What a beautiful life. Now the timing is right. I never could get that right. Hope we don't end in good.
She took my heart and broke it twice. You left me, I couldn't recognize. She took my heart and broke it twice. You left me, I couldn't recognize. Alright, alright, go. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, go. Alright, go. Alright, go. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, go. I've been feeling kinda lonely, guess it makes sense. Since I've been waking up at midnight, barely hit, I need a change. I've been feeling kinda low, so I can't pretend. It's been 2 weeks since I saw you, I'm sorry things end up this way. But bear in mind, I try to be the best I know that I could be, yeah. You know I never meant to hurt you, hurt you. I hope you know I'll always love you, love you. So alright, alright, go. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, go. Alright, go. Alright, whoa. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, go. Take a minute to breathe in the air as my fingers run through your hair, yeah. Thought that everything would